Hi everyone, I'm Dan Joseph with MRCTV, and today I am in front of the Smithsonian National Portrait Gallery. Now, inside that gallery, there is a bust of Planned Parenthood founder Margaret Sanger. Now, Margaret Sanger is a very controversial figure, and today a group of pro-life activists are gathered in front of the museum to demand that that bust be removed.
One of her most favorite slogans was, "More children from the fit, less from the unfit."
We're going to talk to some of these protesters and find out why exactly Margaret Sanger is so controversial and why she does not deserve a place in the National Portrait Gallery. I'm here with Bishop E.W. Jackson. You are the organizer of this event today, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Tell us a little bit about why you decided to organize this and how you felt when you found out that there was actually a bust of Margaret Sanger in the museum.
Well, it was shocking, frankly, and particularly to find out that it was with the Struggle for Justice exhibit with Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks, when any honest person who knows the history of Margaret Sanger knows she was about anything but justice for poor and minority people.
She referred to black people and others as inferior. People should be banned from having children, and she also referred to them as human weeds and human waste.
You're demanding that the bust be removed. Has anybody in the Smithsonian responded to this demand yet?
Oh, they've responded, and they've basically responded with accolades from Margaret Sanger to say that, well, you know, she may have been controversial, but she helped poor and minority women to have access to birth control. They completely skirted the motives behind what she was doing. Oh my goodness, well, she was a eugenicist who really believed that certain people didn't deserve to live. She wasn't trying to help poor people, she was trying to stop them from having what she considered to be defective children.
She was for the forced sterilization of my fellow women from decades ago, and she would have it today if she could.
What do you think was Sanger's ultimate goal in doing all this, in promoting eugenics, in founding Planned Parenthood? What do you think her ultimate goal was?
Sanger's ultimate goal was a eugenic vision to try to shut down, shut off, destroy populations that she thought were unfit and didn't deserve a shot at life.
You walked by and you weren't very happy about it. You said,
Yes.
go home, is what you said. You do know.
I don't like that they're protesting against women's rights.
The forced sterilization of the women she didn't think should breed.
Those with disabilities, those of low socioeconomic classes, the black community and other minority groups.
You are aware that Margaret Sanger has a history of promoting eugenics against black people and has ties to the KKK, right?
Why does this have to do, what does this have to do with women's rights to choose?
Do you think somebody with that kind of legacy, even if she did
well,
have
then
that...
protest about that. Protest about that.
That's what they are protesting.
And that she was for women having to have birth permits in order to give birth. The government should give them permission.
You're okay with celebrating a eugenicist?
Of course not.
That's basically what the National Gallery...
No, you're totally putting words in my mouth.
Bust...
I'm not here to argue.
No, I'm not arguing, but I just wanted to get you on record saying you're okay with that.
No, thank you.
All right.
Have a good evening.
She actually wrote in her autobiography about how she was elated to speak at KKK women's rallies, and she was pen pals with those that were also in Germany penning the final solution for the Jewish population, part of the eugenic vision happening in Germany in a different way.
Would you say that Planned Parenthood shares the views of eugenics and the ideas that Margaret Sanger espoused?
Of course they do. Of course they do.
So you think like Cecil Richards is actively attempting to get rid of the black population?
Joseph Mengele did not consider himself an evil man. He thought he was doing a good thing in his twisted, evil way. Margaret Sanger was no different, and Planned Parenthood is no different.
But thinking about Margaret, I wish so much that she could see what she started and how it's grown today. So I want to tell you a little bit just about what Planned Parenthood is now.
How has the media portrayed Margaret Sanger in recent years?
Well, you know, there's this rewrite of history going on, where they just have pretended all along that dark, ugly, horrific, racist side of hers didn't exist.
I mean, Margaret Sanger was a complex leader, and I can't begin to know all of the things that Margaret Sanger, believed.
This is a deliberate attempt by the media not to report it, because if they do, it smashes to smithereens the abortion movement in this country. It's not coincidental that the majority of abortion clinics are in black neighborhoods.
If you're going to have a hall of justice, you can have a hall of infamy. You can move the bust to that.
Do they have a hall of infamy?
I don't know, but this would be maybe a good. They don't.
Good inaugural.
They don't, but they should. If they're going to have a bust of Margaret Sanger, it should be in a hall of infamy.